this is really the idea of asking what life is and how things really work. There's a movie, I can't think of the title, but it describes this very well. And if I can think of the title by the end of the call here, I'll cover what that movie was and what it's about. The idea here is there's infinite possibilities. So I'm going to say this is us here in this moment. And each person can say this is individually me. That's my moment here in this orange circle. There's infinite amount of possible futures in this person's life. Okay. Every person, all the 8 billion or whatever amount of people we have in this world now, all have this going on. It's a tremendous thing. All these routes here are possible futures for any one human being. They're all possible. In an energetic sense, that's almost incredibly difficult to even become aware of how it actually works as a physical human being. All the energy that ever is or will be is already created. Now, it's hard to comprehend as a human being. We just have to dabble with the idea that we understand scientists and religious of any nature, theology, Bob always talks about, energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just is, and it changes forms. All the human race has already been created, past, present, and future, energetically. Again, very hard to comprehend. So we're going to go through this, why this actually is important to manifestation and getting results. Let's go through an example, and as we go through this, you'll begin to understand a lot more simply and easily what we're talking about here, everyone. I have a possible future where I make $10,000 in a year. That's possible. Another possibility is I make $50,000 in a year. Possible. That's another route. We're just talking money because it's very easy to comprehend what we're talking about here. It could be with any area of life, any situation, anything. There's another possibility where I earn $100,000 in a year. Another where I'm making $250,000. Another one where I'm making, say, $500,000. Another one I'm making $1 million. And yes, I'm going to fill all these in so you can really see what we're going after here, if you will. Okay, so maybe another one is 2 million and another one is 4 million. Okay, all these are possible futures for any human being on the planet. Now, that sounds kind of crazy for somebody that's in a third world country and maybe doesn't even have anything right now and struggling to actually get water, but it's still possible for them. To the physical eyes, that is incredibly impossible, right? Though, if they put their mind in the right direction over maybe 40 years' time, 20 years' time, the person can do it if they can think it. If they can't think it, though, it is not a possible reality for that person right now. They have to be able to think it. All of these possible paths from this moment, if everyone can kind of just gear into the moment here, this will be helpful. So just take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Remember, here and now is the moment. That's all we ever have is the moment. Yesterday's the moment is yesterday. You can't get back yesterday. You can think about it. You can go to memory and see it, but you can't get back there. Right now is the moment. No, that moment's gone. Now it's another moment. Now that moment's gone. Now we had 2 or 3 moments gone. Now it's a moment again, right? So we're always in this moment by moment timeline we're experiencing. So all of the energies, though, of possible paths from this moment onward is possible. We're just not there yet in consciousness. Okay, so we have this timeline going, but we have this energetic world that's all created now. Okay, now there's a lot of setup for this, I know, but let's now get to what's happening and why this matters in the quote. Based on the concept of myself, I experience one of those timelines. With this, you might want to reference, and you already mentioned Creation is Finished, chapter 10 in the book as well. He mentions what determines your time track. And he says concepts. Concepts are everything that let's write this down. Concepts are what we believe and accept to be true about ourselves and our world. This is about to go a little deeper, but again, it's going to be very simple to understand and everyone's going to get this. Our free will is only tied to concepts. The only thing that we can do as human beings in this spiritual being in this human physical form is determine what concept I believe about myself and my world. That's really it. From concepts, that's how you feel. From a concept, that's where you're going to act today in your business. From a concept, that's how you're going to behave in your relationship or your personal life or your whatever it is. If you believe fitness, if you think about, I have a concept, I'm a healthy being, you'll automatically do healthy actions. If I believe and accept that my world is a good world, I'll be very nice to people. If I believe the world around me is full of hate, I'm going to always experience hate, right? So it all boils down to one thing, it's concept. So let's really get to a conclusion here, okay? If I believe and accept my world, I am only $100,000 per year earner. I know it, I feel it, I expect it. It is my standard. That is where I'm at. If I believe that, all of these time tracks are literally erased from the human eye. They're all erased. Doesn't look possible. But guess what is? All those things in the purple boxes are still possible, but in my human form, what I can see and I can hear and I can sense and experience, I only experience one time track. I experience $100,000 and I can prove it. I say, here's my data. Here's what I am. I am a six-figure earner. I told you I can't earn seven figures. I don't believe that. It's still possible, but they believed and accepted I am a six-figure earner, so that's why they earned $100,000. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and erase all that, but you can change that. You could say, if I believe I'm a seven-figure earner, my life's going to go that direction. And instead of that way, it would go this way. But the same thing applies that if I start thinking I'm a seven-figure earner and I believe it and I do the internal work to fuse with it and expect it and accept it as well, it's going to erase from my experience. I'll no longer experience $100,000 a year. I'll accept and expect the seven figures.